Did Hard Eyes reach the expectation that people were hoping for? Let's talk. Hi, my name is Tyler from Real Lounge Entertainment, and today we're going to talk and review about the new horror romance movie, Hard Eyes. And before this video starts, just hit that follow button and like this video so we can argue about some future projects. It's been a few days since I've seen this movie, but I figured I'd drop on a Valentine's Day since this is a Valentine's horror slasher, which I thought was actually pretty good. For a quick rundown of the movie, this is being taken place on Valentine's Day, and there's been a serial killer out there that has been killing couples over the past 2 years, and his name is the Hard Eyes Killers, or as people in the movie call it, Heck or HEK. And these two right here, these are our main characters. On the left side, we have Allie, played by Olivia Holt, and on the right side, we have Jay, played by Mason Gooding, from the recent Scream projects. They run into each other at a coffee shop, but Allie makes a fool out of herself and gets embarrassed and runs out, just to find minutes later that she might get fired at her advertising company, and the person that she might have to work with is none other than Jay. Jay is a sweet and nice guy, and he reaches out to Allie and asks to take her out to dinner so they can discuss their upcoming work project. Which turns into Allie just yelling at Jay because she hates the fact that it's Valentine's Day and she recently just broke up with her boyfriend, and how fast he moved on. Allie takes it all on Jay, and Jay says that we can discuss this another time. So he goes out and tries to catch a cab, but before he can catch a cab, Allie comes up to apologize, and then all of a sudden has a sudden urge to kiss him. Turns out that it was Allie's ex and his girlfriend, and they were on their way to the restaurant that Jay and Allie were currently at. Then you get this weird and awkward conversation between the four of them. But from a distance, you see that the Heck is actually watching them. So this whole movie, you basically get an adventure between Jay and Allie, where they escape from the Heck killer, and then they catch feelings on the way. But now, if we go back to the Heck Killer, he only attacks couples, so you would think that Jay and Allie would be safe, but since there was that kiss, all hell broke loose. Now, that's really all the spoilers that I want to get to on this video. If you do like slashers, I highly recommend that you go to your local theater and check this movie out. To me, this movie was entertaining, had good music, there were some cool kill scenes, funny, but at certain times it felt like it did go over the edge when it didn't need to be. One of the big pros that I have with this movie is that you can actually feel the chemistry between these two. I thought it was really good. One minor problem that I did have with this movie is that it was a little bit more gorier than I thought it was going to be. Just think of this movie as Scream, but you up the comedy, up the gore, up the romance. That's basically what this movie is. Now, when you watch this movie, it definitely has like a Scream type feel to it, which I don't have a problem with since I love Scream so much. But it does have you thinking who the killer is, which I pegged pretty early on. My grade for this movie is probably a 3 out of 5 or a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed this movie pretty good, and I can definitely see myself rewatching this in the near future. Now, I don't think we're gonna get a sequel to this movie, but I do hope we get some more slasher films in like the holiday genre, kind of like Thanksgiving. All right, guys, that's my thoughts on this movie. I highly recommend you guys go see this movie, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments.